Welcome. I'm Chris T of the Inner Buddha, and today we'll be looking at effective modes of prayer. Now, we'll begin with a simple allegory. When you stub your big toe, you get a message, don't you? Your big toe knows to say, "Hey, that hurts. Don't do it anymore." And we receive that message, and we might change the speed at which we're walking if we're, let's say, stubbing our toe at night. We'll be more deliberate in our actions. We might wear slippers instead of just walking around barefoot. And we could do other things as well to make sure that toe is protected, can't we? And when we do that, the request from the toe is answered. You can think of yourself much like your big toe. Your big toe is an aspect of the greater self, that which is you. And you are an aspect of the greatest self, all that is, or God. When you send a message, just like your big toe has no idea how it'll be answered, you may have no idea as well. But you can send your signal, and you can share with God what you need. And don't worry about how it will be answered, because God is always listening, and God will hear you. So there are two modes of prayer, intrinsic and holistic. Intrinsic refers to all that is of God within you. As an aspect of God, you have within you a certain, shall we say, amount of the divine. Now, when you say a prayer within, you are directing all of that inner self to move into alignment. And you might find answers that way. Health, for example. Maybe there's a belief you carry that is causing you problems. And if you align that belief, you will feel better. Feelings, the holiness of spirit, well, that has implications throughout the body with respect to health. So aligning beliefs will heal health. Now, that's all great if the issue is within, but a lot of the things we need to address are beyond us. If that is where your issue lies, intrinsic prayer will point out what needs to be done in a lot of cases. And then holistic prayer, which is prayer to all that is within and without, will help to ensure an appropriate response. So holistic prayer begins with intrinsic prayer. We have to align within before we can align that which is beyond us. It makes perfect sense. How do we navigate, or how do we provide instruction if we have no idea what, in fact, we are doing? Now, when we pray beyond us, we are communicating with all aspects of God. Rather than being silent, we raise a voice. We may hear the voices of others and help to answer those. That is part of being an aspect of God. And we may also cast our voice to those who could provide a suitable response. Now, beyond this, there is an infinity of other possibilities, isn't there? So, some prayer is directed at those around us, some prayer is directed within, and some prayer is directed to all that is. And we may not know exactly what that is. Now, I'd like to point out as well that there are effective ways to pray beyond what we've just talked about. So consider your big toe again. You stub it and it hurts, so you're not going to do that anymore. Well, what if you massage that big toe lightly and it feels really good? What if you were to, let's say, take care of a hangnail or do something else that resolves the feelings within that big toe and just makes it that much more sublime? Well, your big toe sends messages on that too. It says, yeah, I like this. Let's keep doing it. This is great. It's important when we communicate with God to send those messages too. If we only ever send requests, then God gets used to having requests from us, and that becomes the norm. Responses occur where there is contrast in regards to the norm. If we send thanks for all that is good, but also point out the areas that we could use help, well, we'll be much more effective. Just as the big toe that says, "Oh, that is so nice," and "Ouch!" We're communicating wholly with God. And that is also a key to prayer. Now, there's much more that we can understand about prayer, but I ask you, when you pray, when there's something that is near to your heart, do you pray first within, then without as well? Do you speak to all of God with regard to that which you truly would see change? And do you answer the prayers of others in as best as you are able? See, if you're doing that, then you are a holistic being. There's a lot more to it, but that is a very key element. I look forward to sharing other wisdom with you. Please like, subscribe, and share this video so others can find the wisdom you've just discovered. Also, if you'd like to move towards a legendary life, take a look at one of my guidebooks. Be Your Greatest Self is available internationally on Amazon, and it does lead to a legendary life. Until we meet again, I'm Chris T signing off. Namaste.